that's where a fire might start. So get a bucket brigade going, you put a fire out. And then grass. We did have grass planted. It seems a little out of character maybe, but you see, he came with children, and children need a place to play, and I hate to ruin this for you all if you don't know it, but the palm trees and the grass and the fountains and the pools, that ain't reality. What's real is behind you. I love the desert. I think it's very beautiful, but it's also very harsh. If it doesn't poke you or stick you, it will poison you or sting you. And since I've worked here, I've actually helped remove 10 diamondback rattlesnakes from out of the building. I have to tell you, it's one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I've only seen one rattlesnake this summer. So, and it's probably too hot today. You won't see any today. Anyway, a place for the children to play. The other harsh reality of the desert is wood. Okay, I lived a lot of my life in western Washington. So cedar siding, cedar shingles, cedar fences, cedar deck. And here in Arizona you have stucco, you have brick, you have tile. And there's a reason for that. Wood doesn't last out here. It's dry rot. The rice gets the smoking deal on redwood. And redwood is about the worst possible wood you can use in the desert. So we have about 4 remaining beams of redwood left, a major restoration project coming soon. And then most of his sites also had a dominant shape. And the shape for here was the triangle. This doesn't mean it was his favorite shape. I don't know what that was, but for here the dominant shape was the triangle. Again, I've been here 5 years. Every couple of weeks a new triangle pops up that I never noticed before. See, a triangle is sharp. And what's here in the desert is sharp. A mountain is a triangle. There's triangles everywhere. Even the one thing we missed about Wisconsin winters are triangles, and we brought those, and that was abstract icicle shape. And then, his buildings oftentimes would look like boats or ships. And so if you look up above, you've got a wheelhouse or a bridge. Those were guest apartments, and then this is the prow. And he felt as if they were going over the vast sea of the desert. So let's walk out to the prow here. So imagine 70 years ago, this was empty, open. There was not a rooftop as far as the eye could see. And needless to say, it ain't empty anymore. This is now the 5th largest metropolitan area in the nation. In 1947, the power lines started to go in. And this upset him greatly, and he went to the county, the city, or the state, I don't know. He went and had come up with a plan of burying the power lines as long as they could pay for it. Now that wasn't going to happen. So he eventually comes home here. He's ready to level the place. He found land near Tucson, and they were going to rebuild. Now you can imagine some real good heated arguments between he and his wife. And she finally tells him, you know, you were 70 when you started here, and now you are 80. And if you want to start over again, you're going to have to do it without me. So that's when the word compromise hits his vocabulary. And he says, okay, I will stay, but I'm turning my back to the valley. So walls would go up where they weren't, doors and windows would get shut off. That was the original dining room there with the redwood beams. The dining room got moved to the other side. The focus now becomes the McDowell Mountains Valley. So if the cell phone or radio towers had gone up in his lifetime, well, that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. Things were usually done his way or all right? Move on. Living room. And this was a place, and still is a place, for large social gatherings. Every Saturday night, they would have a very formal, fancy evening out here. It was called Taliesin evening. They did that both here and in Wisconsin. And when they're here, they'd invite people from the valley, farmers and ranchers, business people, politicians. Yeah. It's always funny when we get people here in January from Michigan or something, and they bring shorts and short sleeves. And the guy coat and long pants. It's colder than colder than you think. Yes, these he did not. But these are good. This is store-bought furniture. He's got a more comfortable store-bought furniture.
Yeah, God. You're doing good. You're on the right way.
Did he make these artwork things?
Those were from Claire Booth Luce. She was the one that was married to Henry Luce, the publisher of Time magazine. And she had quite a career of her own.
They're really good.
Okay, when you're ready to come on out, another minute or so. Please don't go to the hallway yet. Please don't go into the grass. We'll just hang out in Mrs. Wright's bedroom. She won't mind. And the last person out to pull the door shut. That will be appreciated. Eventually found out she could sculpt. The bronze bust in the living room of Wright that I told you to make note of was her second attempt at sculpture. Pretty amazing resemblance, if you ask me. She studied dance and dance movement. You'll see that in her sculptures. There's some biblical reference. The steel structures are hers. Almost all of the sculptures you've seen out here today are the works of Eloise Christa. And these are for sale, unless she's no longer making copies and selling. This one is her most recent, put out here about 3 or 4 months ago, and creates a complete copy of at least one piece or two every year.